Hey everybody, Sean and Allison here from Spoken Garden.
Hi everybody. Happy
Hey,
Sunday.
Happy Sunday. And so this is day 13, Quarantine Gardeners, and this is our video journal log. And so here we are.
Well, we thought we'd take you on a little walk or maybe a tour around our yard to look at all our new spring flowers, incoming buds, trees.
Yeah, we wanted to show you just around what we're looking at. We wanted to take a look and see for ourselves, and we're going to take you along with us. So here we go.
Here we go.
Everybody, we're in the front yard here, and we're looking at one of our rhododendrons.
This is a really old plant.
Yeah, and so what we got here is we're looking at the buds, and it's looking pretty darn healthy here. Look at those buds are nice and big, and you can see in the back there was some little bit of a bud blast on these from this past winter. We had a couple really hard freezes, and well, this bud and maybe a couple other ones didn't make it, but that's okay. Overall, it's looking really healthy and ready to pop.
Can't wait to see it in bloom. It's beautiful.
Yep.
It usually blooms like mid to later in April. That'll be a nice pop of color for our front yard.
Yep, nice bright red. Going on from our rhododendron here, pan over here, yeah, we got our vinca looking healthy there. Look at that. Oh, there's a lupin.
I didn't remember we planted that there.
I think it's from one of our seed packs from last year.
Oh, yes.
Yep, we put it out here to try it out, and I'll be darned, here's a perennial lupin.
Cool. Those are beautiful.
Oh, they're beautiful. Shasta daisy, starting to wake up a little bit. Got a little damage from something, but overall looking pretty decent. Now we're walking over here, and we got our tulips. We planted these about a month ago, and they weren't even open yet. You can see we planted them in these pots here. Now last year we had, right here you can kind of see it coming up there. That's a liatris. So we have other bulbs coming up underneath here for later on in the summer. And so, but we planted these on top of them for some instant color this spring. Double colored there, and then there's a fringe one in the back here. We just kind of mixed them all up. What do we got here, honey?
We had some extra tulip bulbs left over last season or last fall. You can see they're coming up. They're I'm wondering if they're going to be a little shorter in size.
Yeah, could be. This is the first time for them, so we're going to find out.
I know, we don't even know what color they are.
And some of you watching this might be asking, well, why'd you put them in a pot instead of in the ground and other places? And well, the reason is we kind of ran out of places in the ground to put them, so a nice alternative was to use this pot and to add some color to this part of our front yard, which usually doesn't have anything this time of year. So that's why we did it. Still in the front yard, we've got our hellebore here. You can see it's still blooming.
Beautiful. I love this color.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous. Yep, this is a shade-loving plant right underneath two deciduous trees. Gorgeous flower.
We just love this color.
Beautiful flower. Yep. It's kind of a burgundy. Dark burgundy. Look at that flower. Just gorgeous. Still flowering in this beginning still of spring, and it'll continue to flower until about mid to late spring, and then it'll just it'll stay nice and green.
So we've got our other hellebore, beautiful hellebore over here, and our azalea right next to it.
It's a little bit different of a hellebore. It's a lighter green leaf. This one actually started blooming right after Christmas, like a day or two after Christmas. And so usually these blooms that you can see here are about a kind of a lighter pink.
It's right here. It's so beautiful. You can see what color it used to be.
There you go.
This light one.
That's what they start out as, everybody, and then they get a little bit darker as the season progresses. But this plant has been in bloom nonstop since just after Christmas. Yeah. And now it's the beginning of spring, and you can see it's still going. The flowers are fading a little bit, but it still looks beautiful and healthy, and it's just going to continue on.
We're on the other side of our walking path that leads into our front yard garden, and we've got a lot of different things planted along the path here. We love these grape hyacinth. They just keep multiplying, don't they?
Yeah, it's really fun to just come out here and see what's blooming, and just on our little trek through the garden. This is beautiful. I forgot how tiny and delicate these hyacinths look.
I know.
Gosh, they're gorgeous.
Well, and we have a darker purple one down there too, and I just love the two-tone colors of these lighter ones. They're primrose. Kind of continuing on down our path, we've got a lily there. What else do you see?
Got some daffodils still in bloom. Some tulips coming up.
Here's the darker one we were talking about. Isn't that beautiful? Grape hyacinth. And then look at our new daffodil. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. This just popped. Is that a double?
It's a double. Yep, that's a double bloom on there. That's beautiful.
That's really unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't see that a lot. There are some species out there that do that, but I'm not sure if this one was supposed to do that or not. It's a nice surprise.
That is gorgeous. Look at that center. Oh.
Yep, isn't it fun, everybody? what you can find out on a walk in your garden.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're over here by our beautiful flowering cherry tree. Look at that.
I love how it just blows in the wind and just the breeze just nicely moves it through the air.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I always get excited when this blooms. It doesn't last very long though.
No, it doesn't.
But it's just so beautiful.
Front yard here, and we're just walking up our front path here, and you can see there's a hydrangea leafing out. Looks beautiful. This is the same one we pruned in our pruning hydrangeas in the fall, and you can see it's coming out of the winter into the spring really well. Just behind that is a clematis. Just zoom in on that guy right there. Looking pretty good. He's going to climb this trellis here. You see right there, so that's cool. And we got some tulips coming up. Now interspersed in these tulips is crocosmia. And so you can see right there, there's some crocosmia. Yep. So it just kind of goes right up there. As we get closer going down the path there, you can see more. So, and we can tell you can't see it here, but the reason it gets so thick right there is because there's a heck of a lot more sun right there than there is over here that's closer to us, and that's why the crocosmia is a lot thicker there, because it gets a lot more sun in that area over the summer, and it's thrived a lot more over there than it has over here. Got some ajuga.
Kind of a spreader.
Now, something we wanted to show you guys, because we're excited about it, is this guy right here. Now, we got a couple of them coming up just down the line there. We planted them in an open area that we had space in, and these are alliums, and we've never planted these before. But we're excited to see these come up and see how they do in their new spot, and see how big they get.
Right. To be honest, we kind of forgot where we planted them. So this is a surprise finding out where they're popping up.
See, there's another one right there. It's just coming through. That's cool. Woohoo! All right, everybody, we're walking out to the backyard here. We really wanted to come over here and show you our clematis. Another clematis in the backyard. This one, we've got two actual clematis plants here. Here we got a couple potted plants that we've already shown you before, but they're coming right along.
Let's see, we've got a bunch of tulips coming up. We have grape hyacinth around the outside. Some later blooming daffs.
Yeah, everybody, if you don't know, daffodils just don't bloom one certain time of year. They actually can bloom throughout the spring, maybe late winter into early spring, and maybe even mid-spring. There's a lot of different varieties out there. If you're looking for something, if you're looking for a daffodil that actually blooms into mid-spring, they're out there. You just got to find them. Walking over to here.
Look at this basket. We've got some diggers.
That's what happens when you get squirrels in your yard. They like to dig. Yeah.
Luckily, we have a lot of food sources in our yard, so they're not actually digging our bulbs up.
Yeah, not too bad. They were dislodging some of them earlier, but not too bad this year.
Yeah.
So they used to dig up my mom's bulbs nonstop when I was growing up.
We only have one daffodil that's popped so far. This was an earlier.
Oh, hey, yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's get a close up of that. Wow. Hey, look at that. So there's a candy tuft in bloom. We got another one over here. Let's go over there and look at that. There's a hot lips.
Hot lip salvia.
Yep.
Starting to leaf out.
Yeah, it still smells really good.
Oh, it smells amazing.
Look at that candy tuft. That's nice to see out on our yard. When did that start blooming? About February?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, that was really early.
Just such a nice contrast with the arborist mulch. It just really pops.
Beautiful.
We love white flowers.
Oh, hey, look at that. There's that new area we just planted.
Yeah, in a previous video.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
So we were able to find another false Dracaena. If you remember from that video, we wanted another one.
Yep. And so that's the false Dracaena. The newest one that we bought is right over here.
Gorgeous right there.
We planted that after we planted the rest of these, and boy, that looks nice. Look at the variegation on those leaves. Well, just the different colors on the variegation on the leaves, and just how nice it looks. Beautiful.
I just love the center. Oh, just so striking. This really adds a lot of texture to our yard in this area especially. All right, thank you for coming on a little walk around our yard with us.
I hope you enjoyed that. It was fun for us. We always like seeing what we got in our yard.
We do, and we to be honest, we do this probably once a day and just kind of get out and just take it all in, because there's nothing more exciting than seeing new blooms pop open or just new things in your yard.
Yep. And well, everybody, that's it for now for day 13 of our quarantine gardeners and shelter in place here in Washington State. Until then, we're in this together. Just remember that. Stay busy, stay positive,
Have a great day ahead, you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, see you tomorrow, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.